Hello, my name is Brandon and I'm the co-owner over here at Brakar by Silva Jewelry. So today we're going to be talking about engagement rings and the 101 of what you need to know about engagement rings and purchasing one for your loved one and soon to be. So let's get started. And congratulations on making the big step. It sounds a little overwhelming on what you need to do in terms of getting the ring and whatnot, but we're here to help, so no worries. So the first thing I always suggest to clients and everybody when they're getting engagement rings is I usually suggest to get a placeholder ring and just to propose with that placeholder ring, and then bring your significant other over to either to us or a trusted jeweler to start the process, because getting an engagement ring is something that's a forever thing and you want to make sure it's perfect. So in order for it to be perfect and to make sure that your loved one wants to look at it every day and is completely content with it, you want to make sure that you bring them along so they can choose the exact shape they want, the way it looks, and all the other little details that, if not, you're going to be playing a guessing game. I'm sure she gave you some hints on exactly what she's looking to get, but you don't know exactly what, and I'm sure it's stressing you out a bit. So just make it easy, propose, bring her in, we're going to get it right, make sure it's perfect, and you don't even got to worry as much. Or what stone you should get, period. It all depends on, who you're getting it for. So everybody is different. I always suggest go with a diamond because of hardness, but that's not to say you can't get a ruby or a sapphire and emerald. And it really all depends. There's so many different stones that you can go with. Some people like to go based on birthstones or the color of the stone that they want, but it really just depends on your significant other. But when it comes to hardness and durability, a diamond is definitely going to last the longest, as it is a harder stone and it would require less maintenance. Maybe like an emerald might be a little higher maintenance because it's a more fragile stone, but that's not to say we can't change the setting so that it's more secure, so that it doesn't have those type of problems. So once we choose exactly what stone we're going to get, let's just assume it's a diamond. The next thing to figure out is your budget. Now, your budget all depends on, of course, your financial situation, what you're trying to spend on it. Everybody talks about you might need to get 1 month, 2 month, 4 months, whatever it is worth of a salary. I'd say it just depends on what you're trying to get. And we start there with the budget, because we can't really exactly know what we can get you and what you can get until we know what your budget is. So I suggest to people that you start with a $5,000 budget. Of course, you can get something for $3,000 and even less, and we change up the stone, whether that's a lab stone or a moissanite stone. But for diamond stones, I say $5,000 is a good budget. If you want to get a nice 1 carat stone, it gives us some wiggle room to get a 1 carat, maybe a little under a 1 carat. But we can play around with the cut and the clarity, and it gives us more wiggle room with $5,000 to get something nice. Okay, so once we figure out the budget that we're trying to get, whether that's $5,000, $100,000, $1 million, whatever it is, our next step is to figure out exactly what shape are we going to get. Now, this is the reason why I say you need to bring in your significant other, because you might want different shapes. She might want a princess cut as opposed to a round stone. Our most popular stone is, of course, a round stone, a radiant cut stone, but that's not to say that she might not want a heart-shaped stone, a marquise stone, a pear shape. Who knows? We're only going to know when we bring her in and she tells us exactly what she wants, and we show her different options, and she's going to say, boom, that's the one that I love and that's the one that I want forever. With the budget, now it's, do you care more about size or do you care more about quality? Or are you looking for something more in the middle? When we're deciding this, it really just depends on you telling us what you value more, and then from there we're going to then give you a selection. So the way that we work over here at Brakar is, for example, we have our first meeting. Whether that's on the phone or in person, you come in person, we talk about it, we figure out first your budget, what shape she's looking to get, we show you a couple quick selection, and then you come back, let's just say a couple days later, so that we can get you a variety of stones to look at in different budget points. So we'll show you stones that, let's just say that you care more about the size of the stone, you want a 1 carat, 2 carat stone, you want the stone to be as big as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some stones that are, of course, around bigger sizes. The quality might be a little lower, but the size is going to be bigger. But I'm also going to show you some stones that are going to be a little bit smaller with better quality, better clarity. And then from there, you can make a judgment call on what exactly you're trying to get done. When we're looking at stones, what to look at. So there is clarity, which is whether it's a I stone, SI, VS, VVS. Now, our suggestion is you're looking for something that's more so at least an SI1, SI2 and up. That would be SI to VS to VVS, because when you look at the stone, it's not going to be very cloudy, very muggy. You know, you're able to see a nice shine and look at it clear. Now, not every SI stone is bad, because I know some people will say, oh, SIs are terrible, but that's not the truth. When we're looking at big stones, an SI is still a good stone. It just depends on the stone. You know, when you're looking at GIA certifications or even looking at the stone period, a lot of times when you're looking at SI stones, if you look at good SIs from the top, you're not going to see any inclusions. An inclusion are the clouds. You're not going to see anything from the top. It might be on the sides when you turn it from the side, but you know, when it's set in the ring and everything, you're not going to see that. You only see it from the top. So that's just a pro tip to really look out for. So after the clarity, it's about the cut. Now, if it's a very good cut or an excellent cut, those are ideal, the best cuts. You know, a good cut and whatever, it's the cut mainly means how much is going to shine. The better the cut, which would be excellent, means that it's going to shine way more. So maybe an SI2 stone that's excellent cut is going to shine a little better than, let's just say, a VS2 or VS1 stone that is only just a good cut, you know, with a poor color. So that's why I say it's good to see different stones, because you can see the options and you can really see them eye to eye, how one stone, even though it might have these specs, might not look as good of as a stone that might have a little lower specs on one thing but better specs on another thing. Is the color. So the color is so it starts at white, gray, yellow, and I don't even suggest you go anything less than yellow. All right, yellow is it just depends on the stone and your budget, but really you want to stick between gray and white. But also, when you have yellow color type of stones, when you set them in the setting, you don't really see it too much. So that's also one thing to consider if you're on a budget. Once we've decided what stone you guys are going to be getting, the next thing is what's the mounting going to look like, aka what's the ring going to look like. So that would be, okay, these are a few different ring options right here. So with this, we're able to figure out, are you looking for a 4-prong setting? Do you want a three stone on the top and then pave on the sides? Are you looking for a Tiffany? Are you looking for halo? Or maybe you're looking for a custom ring that has, you know, maybe a heart halo, or, you know, an animal reaching for the stone. It really all depends on you. But the mounting is the next step. That would be where we figure out exactly what you're trying to get done. Next thing that we want to consider is how long do rings tend to take. So from the moment of you inquiring about the ring, if you're very quick and you want to make it happen, it could take 2 weeks. It could take as much as 4 weeks, or even a little longer, depending on, you know, how particular you want to get, how specific you want to get about certain things. And I say it like that because, you know, if you want to make a whole custom ring with, you know, let's just say a lion reaching for the center stone with pave stones and stuff like that, more custom pieces are of course going to take longer. I would say if you want a very, very custom ring, it could take as much as 6 weeks for us to accomplish that type of design. Now, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more, if you're looking for something a little more simple, maybe just like a Tiffany set, something more so like this, you know, more Tiffany set, or a 4-prong ring with not too many stones, something like that could take as much as 2 weeks for us to produce. But it really just depends on you and what you're trying to get done, because like I said, of course, you also have to consider that you might have to come in once, maybe twice, to see different stone selections, depending on what you're trying to get done. Thank you for watching. You made it this far. Feel free to subscribe. Check us out in the link below. If you would like to get your custom ring, engagement ring started with us, click the link, put in all your info. We'll be sure to give you a call and get started with that ring for you. Thank you for watching.